Suddenly it's quiet.
Good evening. I'd like to call the special meeting of the East Lyme Board of Finance, Wednesday, May 27th, to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't think the mic was working. Okay, we'll move to public delegations. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Where'd that go? Are they on?
Well, I called them. I
Okay.
asked them to turn us on at 6. I'll call them again.
All right. Well, seeing no one in the public, we'll move to the approval of the minutes of Wednesday, May 13th. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of Wednesday, May 13th, 2015.
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes or corrections, comments?
Hi, it's Steve Kelly at the Town Hall. Can you turn us on live? Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
We're on.
Let me say that again. Does anyone have any corrections, comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. New business. We have, as we all know, the budget went to referendum and passed. No, you have the numbers on what it was?
Yeah.
700 and something total?
We did have a 33% increase in voter turnout, didn't we? Sounds better than just 200.
people.
Sounds better than just 200 more people. doesn't it?
744 people.
Right. What do we have the year before?
Huh?
What do we have the year before? Like 648?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Anna, if you want, I think we have in our packet a breakdown of the grand list and various other adjustments to it, and then the final mill rate. You got any comment on that?
No, if you have any questions on the calculations, I can review them with you, but I think it's self-explanatory, and it's similar to information that was previously provided to the board on the grand list and the calculation of an estimated mill rate.
Okay. So the AHAP and all those adjustments we had made prior to that, right?
Right, if you see, the amount we need to make a reduction for is a little over $5 million, and you see it on the top, less a HEPA.
Yep.
And that's
It-
some type of tax abatement
That's
for
correct.
affordable housing?
Yes.
And the 98.4% is our projected collection rate, or what we
Yes.
do? Okay. We see our grand list after the Board of Assessment Appeals at $2,086,779,308. Does anybody have any questions or comments on the formula? Hearing none, do I have a motion on the floor to set the mill rate?
Mr. Chairman, move to set the mill rate, set a mill rate of 24.71 for the adopted 2015/16 Town of East Lyme budget.
Second.
Any discussions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. We have a new mill rate. Next item under new business is the special appropriation of $7,600 from a 2014 farm viability grant. And not having the first selectman, we have Nancy Kalal. You want to come up to the podium, Nancy, and just highlight for us? We'll make it For the record, your name and address?
Sorry, Nancy Kalal, 80 Grassy Hill Road. The state of Connecticut gave us a viability grant, us being the agribusiness committee, which is a subcommittee of conservation and national resources. Sometimes we get punted around, but that's today's home. The purpose of the grant is to purchase photography for the point of a brochure to highlight agriculture in the town of East Lyme.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
We have a year to do this. For some reason, the state was supposed to have appropriated this money and given it to us like 4 months ago, but state of Connecticut being the state of Connecticut, we're just getting it now. So we won't complete this project. We were hoping to have it done for Celebrate East Lyme this year, so it won't be completed until next year.
So, Anna, that money was received and is just being
It-
appropriated?
It has not been.
Okay.
With the grant award, we're appropriating
All right, so
the
we're going to,
receipt and the expenditure,
So
and
you can
when
book it.
they can get working on the project, and then
okay,
we'll submit for the grant amount.
all right. So the grant was awarded, hasn't been received, but we don't want to hold you guys up anymore.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any questions for Nancy?
Move to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $7,600 for a 2014 Farm Viability Grant, parentheses, budget and revenue accounts to be titled as such, and parentheses, in Special Revenue Fund 18. The purpose of the grant is to promote local and sustainable agriculture in the town of East Lyme.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Nancy. Good luck.
Nancy.
Thank you.
If you want to take any pictures of us for the brochure, I'm out, but some of the
I'll
other
sit on
board
the pole
members.
there.
Right. Say hello to your husband for us.
I will, thank you.
That concludes our new business. Is there any public discussion? Seeing no one in the audience, we'll go to board comment. I would certainly like to start with that, if you'll indulge me, because I know there's been some articles in the paper on our board that we didn't have a great showing. I would like to thank Steve Kelly and Lisa Picarazzi got the night off because she went to that special. No. So I think we all learned a lesson, or I did, having been on the board now for some 5 years or 6 budget cycles. I wasn't aware, and I know I've gone to them all, but we have never really spoken formally or done a presentation. But based on the charter, we shouldn't have abdicated that, so I apologize to the board for not insisting we all try and make it if we didn't have a conflict, and apologize to the public if anybody is bored enough to watch the municipal channel. That's it for me. Is there anybody else that would like to make a comment?
Could we have the superintendent and the business manager come to the next meeting to see how the end of the year is wrapping up?
I know, I will say that First Selectman Nickerson and myself have met with the superintendent and business manager on a couple of occasions recently, and we have discussed with them attending this board's meeting on a quarterly basis. So whether they come in the month of, well, and they will be here actually in the month of June, because we'll have the acquisition program appropriation on the agenda, and that includes the Board of Education technology piece. And we will also have some bond resolutions on the agenda as well, which are consistent with the capital improvement plan, of which there are a couple of items that are Board of Education related. So they will already be at your
All right,
June
I just,
meeting.
I know that we as a board decided, as a finance board, that we'll decide when we would like to have them, and we'll, through you,
Right.
let you know when we want to see them, and we, the Board of Finance will set a schedule with them. But, because I just don't want to have, it happens every year, just see them at
Exactly.
budget time.
And then the other item, we also discussed that the 4 of us will meet on a monthly basis. and we've set that to be the Tuesday of the week of the Board of Finance meetings, because it just seemed that was a good week for us to do it. That way, if they had anything on the selectmen's agenda, and if it was going to be going forward to the Board of Finance's agenda, that would give us the opportunity to really
But
fine-tune.
they will still come to us, right? I don't want it just
Oh,
presented by
absolutely.
the
No,
first
no,
selectman
no.
as to what the Board of Finance
Oh,
position is on
absolutely.
things.
They did commit, when we were meeting the other day, to coming before this board on a quarterly basis.
And to the status, I know at one point in our discussions through the budget process, I think it was Camille that asked about whatever labor contract negotiations were up, and could she attend?
As a finance board
Yeah.
member, to be
What
able to attend, I
is
know
it-
they have to be silent during those negotiations, but as an observer,
I will.
they're allowed, I think.
I know that we've discussed it previously. I will let the first selectman know that Camille is interested in attending the meetings, and when the meeting dates, I know in the month of June, I believe we have our first meeting with the town hall group. Well, it's the admin maintenance group, and I do believe that they've started with the dispatchers. And we have firefighters that we'll be negotiating with as well. So, like I said, I'll let Mark know, and we can get a schedule to you of when the meetings are.
Yes, I will definitely make a point of attending those meetings, just from the standpoint of observing the process.
Which you kind of are allowed to by bylaws and statute. We used to have someone from Board of Finance attend.
Did you?
Yeah.
Not from a negotiation standpoint.
No, but they should not get actively involved in what's going on in the table, but as much as being an observer, and certainly always you can meet with the first selectman to give your viewpoint, but not to.
Right. Well, because even myself, when I'm in meetings, I do not speak. I only speak when the town's labor attorney
Might ask a question.
asks that I answer a question. That's kind of how it works.
I promise not to speak out of turn.
Any other board comments? Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Meeting is closed. Thank you.